So I'm sure many people probably made a lot of the same mistakes as me last market cycle. The big one being very singular coin, singular sector focus. And because of that, we probably missed out on a lot of gains and a lot of opportunity. It is what it is. Just have to make sure we don't make that mistake again. And I'm not making that mistake. I'm very much focused on the three sectors that drive retail. That's meme coins, that's AI and gaming. And I have to say, when I look at my portfolio right now, I still have a huge underexposure when it comes to gaming, which is kind of weird because I used to be a professional gamer. So there's this big push right now to get gaming on blockchain. And there's a lot of projects that are just kind of, cobbled together and slapped out there. And there's not a lot of excitement per se, but this project is doing things a little different. This is checking all the boxes for me when it comes to gaming. It's checking all the boxes when it comes to nostalgia as well. And a lot of people are going to see this as well, right? PIKAMOON is a project that launched a few months ago, and it is doing, I would say, very well as far as building users, building holders. And right now, you can see that it's very oddly reminiscent to Pokemon. As someone who grew up playing Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Snap on N64, Pokemon trading card game, you guys can see the similarities between this. And they take a very exciting approach to the metaverse with this battling element, right? You have 6 elemental region in one open world metaverse. Now, what's cool about this is you guys can check out the beta for this. It is available on the Android and Apple Store right now. So you guys can obviously check that out. But the big thing that checks the box for me on this project is transparency. There's a lot of new projects that are launching in the space, and frankly, they're not transparent enough. You don't have enough communication from the development team. You don't have enough engagement, but they don't take that approach. They're very much focused on keeping the community updated. You guys can see their YouTube channel. Again, I'll leave all these links in the description below for you, but you can see that they do these frequent podcasts, updates on development, and they constantly stay engaged with the community. In fact, they release a lot of these cool trailers too. This one came out actually just a few days ago, and this is PIKAMOON trailer, Heroes Are Forged in Battle. So what you're seeing right now is this big push for optics. I've said many times before that optics are one of the biggest things that you can have because of the nostalgia and because of the push that they're doing in terms of this huge influencer campaign. You're going to see a lot more of it right now across YouTube and Twitter. They're actually engaged with over 300 influencers, myself included. They've approached me about sponsoring this video. Appreciate them for doing that. You're going to see it talked about in a big way. You're going to see it in front of a lot of people. And we're now at this point where we're getting very close to alt season, where things are about to start taking off. And you're about to start seeing retail flow into the space in a big way. So they're going to be very much focused on projects like this, especially ones, again, that have that huge nostalgia factor, the ones that have that huge sense of similarity, right? The ones that people are comfortable with. And when you talk about something that is actually excited, I mean, you can just see that, the amount of time and development that went into this trailer alone. That's something that you can get behind as far as a project goes, right? Hopefully that makes sense for a lot of people. So when we look further beyond this, right, there are a lot of cool things happening. So for example, now there's over 10,500 holders. They just introduced staking as well. So this is through their PIKA hub. You guys can see that here, right? This is going to be on the website as well. You can actually now stake your PIKAMOON and earn up to 20% APY. So you can actually have your PIKAMOON work for you. Now, as far as the charts go, when we take a look at these charts here, you guys can see that it doesn't look great, right? What we've dealt with is a lot of these pre-sale claims, the pre-sale claims, which have now been completed. You dealt with a lot of people that have actually been taking profit along the way, securing their initial investment, things like that. This tends to happen when you have a pre-sale of this size. There was a lot of people that were in fact engaged and excited about the project. And even though, the chart has been dropping like this, the development and the push forward towards getting, products and things like that out, it's still very much the focus of this team, which is very cool. Now, I will say that there's no VCs or anything like that. There's nobody that can really dump on the community. And right now it is in fact looking like it's about to take that next leg up. When we look at, for example, something like the BTC chart, you can see that this formation that's playing out over the past 2 weeks here is oddly reminiscent to what's playing out for PIKAMOON. Now it's doing it on a smaller scale, because right now it's still, low in terms of value. You guys can see that the market cap is only about a $17 million market cap. It actually cracks just inside the top 1,000 coins in terms of overall crypto. There's still hundreds of thousands of daily volume, which is exciting. So it's not, it's not small by any means, but it's small. It's still kind of early on in this project, right? Now, what's cool as well is when we look at the DEX tools score, you guys can see that there is a high amount of confidence from the community, 99 out of 99. This is actually quite tough to get through, which means that, it's been through all these contract verifications and things like that. And you guys can see a lot of the recent activity here when it comes to it is in fact buying. There's a lot of accumulation going on. It's a lot of smaller buys, but with a newer project, that doesn't surprise me. So it really looks like right now, it's essentially, I don't want to say bottoming out, but it looks like it's starting to set up a little bit higher of a low here. It looks like it's getting ready for that next leg. In fact, there have been a lot of influencers that have been talking about a 300% run in the short term. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not going to say it's going to do that, but as we get further towards that time of big retail inflows, alt season and really being on the cusp of mass adoption, that's where you have a heightened potential for a lot of these projects. That's what I want to leave you with, right? Now, remember, this is a multifaceted approach. This is not the only thing that it has going on, right? It's not just the metaverse. It's not just the coin. They do, in fact, have NFTs coming as well. So what's very cool is that sometime within 3 months, I believe it is, 3 months following June 30th, there's going to be a random snapshot that takes place. And based on how long people will have had their holdings for, you actually can get some of these NFTs. Now, what's very cool about this is that this OG NFT is said to be possibly worth $10,000. Now, what I have to say is this, is as this project gets more optics, as it continues to grow in terms of value, in terms of holders, the demand is going to heighten for a lot of these things, for the asset itself, for the NFTs, and that's where you're going to see this value climb, right? That is how you get to some of these points where you become one of the most dominant plays in the industry. And right now, just based on what I'm seeing, the direction of the team, the transparency, the multifaceted approach, the nostalgia factor, a lot of these things seem to be well positioned for this big cycle that we're about to go through. Okay. Now, as always, this is, not financial advice. I'll leave these links in the description below, but I think it is something worth checking out. There are a lot of projects that are taking big steps forward in this space, and this appears to be one of them. So I appreciate you guys as always. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, but I hope you guys have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.